Greetings everyone, welcome back. We are in the Crusade camp and I just got this message about casting spells from scrolls. You have a scroll of restoration, lesser in your possession, but none of your party members can cast it, can read it to cast a spell. Such as camp in the city, you can find merchants who can read spell scrolls. Alright. Yeah, the thing is, I'm alone in the party, so... But yeah, if we do this, we'll have other people. I'm gonna level up, get some of the mythic skills in a bit, but let's speak to the storyteller about the letter we found with elven scripture. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps.
Allow me to congratulate you on your victory and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons.
I got the page you were looking for from the garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines.
I see myself, young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my mind has been hiding from me.
Oh, guess we found what he was looking for. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften.
Thank you, Aladdin. And please, follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together.
The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story.
They are leaving. The people of Kionin faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate of Sovereign? Looking around fearfully, a clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight Golorian. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong, and I am staying.
Kionin, the homeland of the elven race on Golorian. Evacuated before the fall of the Starstone. Yeah, so this is kind of why I've heard in the past that elves are kind of sort of aliens in the Pathfinder universe, but they might have originated on Golarion, then left and then came back. So Earthfall is the name given to a cataclysmic event in which shower meteorites impacted Golarion in minus 5,239 or 93. So that is almost 10,000 years ago.
My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decisions with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind, with a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Sovereign Stone close, separating me from them. It is time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind, he hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign? That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come.
Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? Well, they fled from from a meteor shower. How do you fight that? Your mentor is a mage, then you must be too, yes? What is the Severian Stone? I guess a spaceship of some sort. Why are you so angry at your fellow elves? What happened next? Let's go in order, I suppose. Why did the elves decide to flee? The storyteller lips purse with disdain.
They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives in sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall.
Oh, I guess the aftermath would consist of blotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness, which I believe something along those lines did happen. Wiped out the dinosaurs, didn't it? Anyway, your mentor is a mage, then you must be too, yes?
Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic, but curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship.
What is a sovereign stone?
A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator, our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power, it dreams of eternity.
Okay, so not really a spaceship, but a portal, I see. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? But the elves were also angry at him.
I spent many hundreds of years in Keonin. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. But the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golarion, all its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels. They weren't interested. They only cared about Keonin. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry.
What happened next?
Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Keonin, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock, rushing down to my world, and then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up to the vaults of the sky, crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness, along with the countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I came round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burned sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Asland. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earth fall proudly, like the last archmage of Keonin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I'm still alive, and I can't fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one archmage, powerful and weak at the same time.
What is Earthfall? What was the tower you mentioned? What are you going to do next? Well, we kind of know what Earthfall is, but let's see.
A disaster of untold proportions, an unborn planet dropped on Golarion by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Asland is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Golarion. In this burned sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our stars, the air cools, the soil is barren, dark creatures crawl out of their lairs to rule. And the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the Age of Darkness.
The 1,000-year period in which the sunlight was blocked by the ash knocked into the atmosphere by the meteoric impact of Earthfall. Alright. What about the tower you mentioned?
It's my retreat to the north of Kionin, my home away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watch the stars and, when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wasteland, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high I was. It's pretty high.
What are you going to do next?
I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me.
Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. Well, I'm not going to shout.
It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life. It kills an era.
Or
Era, as
Patrick Stewart called it.
ending the greatness of Galorian civilization. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think.
The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing.
Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it. Most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it.
Tell me about Earthfall. Well, he just did. Well, maybe the period afterwards. 6 pages. All right. Yeah, he's repeating himself now. Yeah. Yep. I didn't mean to do this. What are you going to do next? I need to think. Thank you for your stories. If you decided to join the Crusade, yeah, well, kind of another way to ask why he's actually here.
I have decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the Crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabras, the path into the world wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit.
The elf falls silent.
It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next.
Okay. I wish you interesting adventures. Or, well, in his voice. Hey, we leveled up. Did everyone? Yeah, of course. Okay, Let's do choosing the mythic path. You need to choose which mythic path you are going to follow. This choice will greatly affect the following events. However, no matter what your reasons for choosing one of the paths are, be it powers or aesthetics, powers or aesthetic preferences, remember there are no wrong choices. Okay. Let's start with Sheila. Okay, Sheila is still a paladin. Let me get my notebook. I did actually look up some mythic powers for my companions to get. Sheila needs mobility, persuasion, use magic device. So we're not in a negative anymore. That's good. At 3rd level and every 3 levels thereafter, a paladin can select one mercy. Each mercy adds an effect to the paladin lay on hands ability. Oh, right. I don't know. What would be a bad one? Oh, okay. These we can only get from higher levels. Shaken, sickened, diseased. Maybe diseased. Because I think... Probably diseased. Dazed? I don't know if we have been dazed a lot. Let's do disease. I don't know. Sounds plausible. Oh, we don't actually get to pick a feat this level. Right. Sheila has leveled up in a class, and as a result, his character numbers of attacks per round has increased. Ooh, awesome. So now she can do 2 attacks. Yeah, okay. Next one. Or let's actually pick her mythic skill as well. So the ones to get are... I kind of have free range of this according to the this is again just the Extra Life build for Sheila. I kind of didn't want to pork up my companions too much. Although the Extra Life doesn't seem to have builds for everyone. So with Woljif and Ember kind of are, which are both of them are in our main party. I'm kind of winging it for parts of it because they don't seem to have a video. They didn't make videos on them. Let's see. We can get Abundant Smite would be good. Always a Chance would be good. Mythic Charge would be good. Enduring Spells would be good. Can we get Shield Focus right now? Or is that... This is not a feat, right? This is an ability. Yeah. Alright, so... it would... Always a Chance might be good. Your attacks are now less affected by luck. You don't automatically miss when you roll a 1 on an attack roll. So let's get that one, because I've not really used Smite that often. Well, we can't use it that often because we only have 2 charges of it. A number of additional times per day, equal to half your mythic rank. So that half... So that would still be only 1. So that doesn't... Because we only have 1 rank, so... They probably round up, I guess. So even at level 2 of mythic rank, we still only get 1 extra. So we might wait a bit with Abundant Smite, I guess. Always a chance. Let's do that one. Right. Let's do... Camilla, and I think Camilla has to change, which I'm not really a fan of, but with her it doesn't seem too far off. She's going from a shaman to a angel fire apostle, which gives her more spells, I believe. More charges of spells. So we take 3 levels in this, and then we go back to being her original shaman spirit hunter. 2 points, trickery and perception. I don't know which domain to take. We get an animal companion. Earth domain, acid resistance. Fire domain, fire resistance. Plant. Water domain, cold resistance. Magic Fang, hold animal, dominate angle, summon nature ally, beast shape. I don't know. An animal companion might not be too bad. Ray of Sickening, Acid Arrow, Stinking Cloud, Freedom of Movement, Ice Storm, Cone of Cold. Tangle, Burning, Earth, Stone Fist. You can speak with and befriend animals with ease. In addition, you treat lore nature as a class skill. No archetype. I don't know which is the best one, actually. We might get a companion. An animal companion. That seems nice. Sure. Why not? What's this? You find solace in the green. You grow defensive thorns and can communicate with plants. Conjure creatures of water and resist cold. Resist fire. Problem is I don't know the main spells. Ray of Sickening, Stinking Cloud, Freedom of Movement, Ice Storm, Cone of Cold, and Element of Body. Whirlwind, Tsunami. Fire Domain. You have mastery over earth, metal and stone. Can fire darts of acid and command earth creatures. I think being a shaman, this might make the most sense. Should we go back and take you know what? I get some free range. I can do this. It's fine. Acid Dart, Positive Energy, Animal Companion, Magic Fang, Summon Nature's Ally. Yeah. New spells. With Mythic, we take Enduring Spells would be a good one. And or else Abundant. I think Abundant Casting would actually be good. Yeah. You increase your number of spells you can use per day. I think we'll take that one first. Okay. How are you with your spellbook now? Let's check. Woohoo! Let's put an extra one of that. That one. Yep. Summon monsters. Dominate animal. Deep Slumber. Might be good. Call Lightning. Ooh, we can remove disease. But so can Sealer now. Bestow Curse. Let's try that. That would be something she would do. That might be good. This might be good as well. For now, let's put an extra one of those in. Okay. Do an extra moderate wounds. That one over there. Maybe 3. Let's put those one on actually. Those might be nice buffs to have to fall back on. Get an extra blast. Maybe a burning, 2 burning hands, or Bane. Yeah, okay. Lan. You'll always be a monk Zen archer. We'll be continuing with your stealth, mobility, and athletics. And key powers. Okay, we have that one. So we actually need wholeness of body. Why can't we get that one? Oh. Restoration. Okay, needs to be 8. Diamond Soul. Need to be level 14. I might take this one. Why can't I get... Oh, level 8. 14, 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. Yeah, let's get True Strike. That's good against concealed targets. Improved precise shot. Who else? Wait, and a mythic. For your mythics, distracting shots. Your ranged weapon attacks are dangerous enough for the enemy to forget about melee threats. Benefits: if you hit an enemy with a ranged weapon attack, they receive a penalty to AC against melee attacks equal to half of your mythic rank for 1 round. Okay. Another one we could take is ranging shots. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged weapon attack, your aim improves, giving you a +1 bonus. Same enemy. That one would be good. What about exposed vulnerability? Your ranged weapon attack expose the enemy's vulnerable points. Benefit: every 3rd hit with a ranged weapon against the same enemy deals 1d6 per 2. Thing is, I don't know if this I don't know if this helps other characters. Let's go with distracting shots, because that is a benefit for everyone in melee range. So yeah. Alright. And that's kind of it for Can I drag people to other? No. That's a Woljif. Woljif, are you going to dual class already? No. No. You'll be staying a rogue scoundrel for a bit. You take mobility, trickery, stealth, perception, and arcana. Which always seems a bit weird for him to use arcana, but that helps in copying spell scrolls. Oh, new spells. Okay, let's see. Again, it doesn't matter too much what because we can get other spells from scrolls. Magic weapon be a good one? Does not stack with a masterwork weapon +1. Cause fear might be interesting. Pernicious poison. You weaken the target's defense against poison, but you don't actually poison him. Your melee 46 points of cold damage and causes the target to be staggered for 1 round if the attacks. That might be pretty good. Fox cunning, false life. You gain hit points. To grant yourself a limited to avoid death. I don't know. You call upon the power of unlife to render the subject blinded. Animal aspect, polymorph. Acid arrow, bone shaker. You take control of a target living creature skeleton and creature has. Burning arc. This spell causes an arc of flame to leap from your fingers, burning 1 enemy nearby, plus 1 additional for every 3 casters. Enemy per 3 caster levels, each of which must be reduce the number of damage dice by half. Get attempt reflex. Don't know if that's good. I could use this, I guess. Give him some dexterity, that might be good. Why not? Which danger sense? +1 to reflect or avoid traps. Okay. And Ember. Let's just go with these ones. Diseased inhale poisons and noxious gases are negated in around the witch for a number of minutes equal to a level. Which can touch a creature to suppress and protect it from negative conditions. Which chooses one of the following conditions each time. See, Tales of Teeth. The condition is suppressed for a number of minutes equal to the witch level. Maybe can cackle madly as a move action. Any creature that is within that is under the effect of an evil eye hacks fortune X protective. We might pick that one. Which can grant a bit of good luck for 1 round. Maybe. The ward creature receives +2 deflect bonus to AC. Let's maybe Evil Eye. The target takes a -2 penalty on the following. AC ability checks, attack roll, saving throw, skill check. This hex lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the witch's intelligence modifier, or +3 charisma modifier for the stigmatized witch, which Ember is. I will save reduces this to just 1 round. Yeah, let's get a debuff. I don't. Yeah. Okay, new spells. Any evocation? No. Lightning bolt, yeah. I think we might do that one. Also we need a mythic. I don't. Hang on. Yeah. Abundant casting. I don't think that matters for Ember, does it? Well, yeah, it does, because he might get more spell uses each day. So actually, that would be pretty good. So we might as well get that one for her. You can cast 4 more spells per day. This ability does not affect mythics. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this. Witch Wandering Hex. Okay, she cannot get this one. Yeah, let's just get that one. I believe in you. Are we done? Right, a mythic for Woljif. You could also get. What's this? The wounds you inflict with your natural attack. Nope. Every time you damage an ally. Nope. Ever ready. You are always ready to unleash some extra attacks. Whenever you make an attack of opportunity, you gain a bonus. I think actually leading strike might be good. Your strike makes crack in an enemy existence, leaving weak points for your allies to strike. Every time you hit a target in melee combat, you leave a mark on it. Any ally attacking the marked target deals additional divine damage, consuming the mark. No, only one ally can leave a marked target at a time. Other allies may, with leading strike ability do not deal additional damage to a marked target. It has been, I think, powerful shadows. Shadow spells, mythic charge might not be too bad. This one might be good. As long as you keep fighting the power of your attack, keep growing every turn. As long as you make at least one melee attack, you gain +2 on to damage rolls to a maximum of +10. That one may also be good. Let's give Woljif this one, and we might give leading strike to Aladdin, maybe. Ooh, That's also good. Once per day, when your HP drops low, you become unkillable. That's also good. Let's leave this one for now. All right. That is all of our characters done. That leaves us. Aladdin. Bonus combat feat. Can I get greater longsword? Okay, I might get that one. We need missile shield at some point. Advanced weapon training. When the fighter is wielding a weapon from the trained weapon group, his weapon train bonus applies to seemingly against combat maneuvers attempts against him. After this dual wielding fighter finesse, the fighter gains the benefit of weapon finesse feat with all melee weapons that belong to the associated weapon group. The fighter must have the weapon finesse. Fighter reflexes as long as he's wielding a weapon from the trained weapon. The fighter applies his weapon training bonus to reflex saving throws. All the fighter's allies are treated as if they had the same teamwork feat as the fighter for the purpose of determining whether the fighter received a bonus from his teamwork feats. His allies do not receive any bonuses from the feat unless they actually have the feats themselves. Okay, so right. So that would be good. So you could get feats on your character, and if you were to send another another party member that doesn't have a feat away, doesn't have the feat, and you would take them out of your party, you wouldn't waste. Yeah, I guess. Trained initiative. Bonus on initiative. Yeah, I think we'll just get great weapon specialization. Let's do that for now. Yeah, we'll be a mythic hero. We don't have any other choices. I guess because I really only chose mythic options. I didn't go with any. Maybe we get to branch out to another option at some point. I don't know. I think this one. Mythic character to draw their power from freedom, gain an ability to unleash a bolt of energy from Elysium itself, targeting an ally or a foe with, or as a ranged touch. On the second mythic rank, mythic characters that draw their weapon from freedom become closer to the Azadas that live in Elysium. Gaining resist electricity 20 and +4 bonus on the saving throws against mind affecting. So that one or this one. They draw the power from good, gain an ability to unleash a ray of heavenly light targeting an ally or a foe. The ray heals allies. This ray heals allies for 46 plus 2d6 per mythic rank points of damage, or deal the same amount of damage to enemies. Those creatures can use this ability 3 times per day. On second level, those characters become closer and gain acid and cold and immunity to petrification. Let's get this one. That sounds more like kind of the closer to our deity and alignment, close to heaven as a sort of, yeah, I guess. And this ability sounds pretty good, pretty useful. I wonder if it's actually a It's a ranged touch attack. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this one. Let's take it. What's this? You are a master of mage armor spell. You master a certain element. Well, we don't cast spells, so that doesn't. Yeah, I think this one might also be good, actually. But let's get leading strike. Yeah. I think this, for instance, yeah, using this in combination with who else gets leading strike? So yeah, Camellia gets it. But it doesn't really matter that much, because, yeah, only if we're fighting the same enemy. So, let's do this. Well, finally, that's done. Yeah. Well, finally, we can move on.
I'm gone.
Nura Dendiwar's tent. This is Nura Dendiwar's tent. It seems she brought a lot of unnecessary items along with her. They learn the secret of the needle glens. Alchemist fire, take those. Without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return. The life and feats of Lord Axelar Trespit. Yep, taking those. We are confiscating them for the Crusade. Likewise. Commander's tent. Anyone? Leotter?
My respects, Commander. I hope you will be able to spare me some time after all the formalities.
No. Normal. Half plate. So I guess it's saying that a half plate would be better for me. Do I have half plate? $27, $24. But it all goes down. But I guess we use a bit more dexterity, but yeah. There he is, Social. That's a party member that we don't have yet. Nora? Happy to help the cause, Commander. It's good to meet you, Commander. Queen Gelfrey. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Okay.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Hang on. Sword of Valor was kept there, pen on much carried by Iomade. So greatest relic lost when the city fell. Should make one thing clear, that the sword is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most... Okay, yeah.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Social Vainik.
Social. The queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
Iomade. I thought I heard someone else. Now it's Iomade. 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 Whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
She reminds me of the bard from the first game. Also, you can pick this portrait as just as your own character, basically. So I'm kind of wondering if you had done so, if she would be someone else. Or, well, her portrait would have been changed, I guess.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Alright.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Let's see. When we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new Crusade. I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden. Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone? You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canabras. In a vision I saw the death of an angel called L'Oreal. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven. Now what are we going to do now? The task is clear. So, yeah, we're, well, I guess that's to be expected. We're kind of open-hearted, it seems, towards the Queen here. But we haven't really been secretive about our gift, the light of heaven. We have not really talked about this. Well, we only know it for just now, basically. Yeah. I never imagined I would become the commander of the new Crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
Wow.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the Crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Yeah, about those Wardstones. Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in them?
I had guessed as much.
Really?
Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
You know what it might be actually? She does a bit of a hoity-toity accent, of course, so that might be why she pronounces things differently. But also, it might be because she's nobility, and I think I read somewhere kind of the nobility or posh people would deliberately, in olden times, and maybe even still in modern times, kind of posh people, noble people would deliberately pronounce things kind of differently, just to kind of show that they are not a part of the common folk. So maybe, I don't know if they went that far, maybe it's just the voice actress just pronounces it that way. Could be, but maybe there's some thought behind it, but anyway.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Canobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
The Queen subtly inclines her head in solemn acknowledgement of your service. You should know I received an unusual gift, the Light of Heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Come again? What are you going to do? Well, I guess, because why wouldn't you just lead the crusade instead of me? What are you doing in the meantime?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Capital of the Crusade state of Mendev. Nerosian is designed first and foremost as a defensive fortification to hold back the endless demonic hordes of the world wound. Let's see. My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade, and the blessing of Iomede that you carry may be decisive in this battle. Thank you for your reply. I'm not gonna tell a queen what to do, so thank you.
Of course.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden? Well, we've kind of been over this. It's had to do with Staunton and Menargo. What forces are at my disposal? It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different? That might be a good question. What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever? But let's go in order. How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, For 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane, I saw him at the Grey Garrison. He defected to the demon side. I wouldn't really put it that simple, but I guess.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting.
Oh, this was actually kind of bad. Well, it's not very nice to tell it this actually, because I think Queen Galfrey was the one that spared his life. So now we're basically telling her she made a mistake by doing that.
I commuted Staunton's
there
sentence
you go.
and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
The Hell Knight are a collection of knightly orders with a unique focus on promulgation of law. Unlike paladins, they are interested less in social good and charity than in the foundation and stringent maintenance of order at all costs. If people cannot be trusted to obey the law out of their own sense of civility and social righteousness, Hell Knight provide the need to obey out of fear of a master's stern hand. Let's see. It was a good choice, I understand. You punished him with a life of disgrace and humiliation, and that life finally broke him. It's sad, but not surprising. Kind of true, although I kind of have a feeling he didn't really go on his own terms. Or maybe he did. That's kind of the mystery, I suppose. You should have exiled him, let him go wherever he wanted. The way he would have either changed his life for the better or realized that he had no one to blame but himself. You shouldn't have stayed at the heart of justice. If he died, he wouldn't have been betraying you again now. Kind of, yeah, evil. I can't believe no one decided to punish him officially. The past is the past. What matters now is that he's fighting for the other side. I expect we'll meet him in Dresden. I don't really feel like rubbing it in, so it was a tough choice, I understand. Yeah, in dire times you don't really want to go around killing your own men, do you?
Thank you for your support. The longer you live, the more things you do, and the more criticism you endure. Today, many blame me for all manner of reasons, and few try to understand my actions. Your words warm my soul.
Well, what forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
Yeah, it's been decades. Why do you think we will be able to retake it? Why are we different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
So, this will be in... This game is turned into a capture the flag. What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander.
Am I?
However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
Well, they're still demons.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the Magus to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
Right.
Wonderful.
The task is clear, yeah. Kill the demons, close the world wound, easy as pie.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
Uh-oh.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
The Aaron's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. Let's see, that's a great idea. A rather frivolous gesture for a queen. What a wonderful gesture, Majesty. I have no need of this advisor. What a wonderful gesture. I imagine that the account would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him a chance to serve the common cause. A rather frivolous gesture for a queen. Yeah, that's a great idea. I kind of want a neutral answer. I kind of want to say nothing. That's a great idea. Not really, but fine. Gives him something to do, I guess.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The queen bestows a smile upon you, then brings a gaze to rest on Darren once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill her orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the Crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
I guess that needed a loading screen?
Then let's get going. May Iyomade help us.
Preparation are finished. Hello. Anevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that the Omide came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God's angels is now leading the army disguised as you. Still, others say it was just an explosion in an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers, I wish. And I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. Oh, okay. But, you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... Anevia waves a hand, trying to find a word. Stronger, charismatic, stately, smarter, more dangerous. Stately? Dangerous? More dangerous? More dangerous. Exactly. Well, more dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemy, and not to us, or to yourself. I have to go. Alright, well, watch yourself now. I will. Let's see, what do we have here? Protection from evil. Bastard sword. Gold. Gold powder. Silver ring. Light crossbow. Scimitar, regular one. Exquisite pearl. Okay. Okay, we can rest. Did I, now that the trouble in Canabras is in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Alright. Erebeth, the golem. I should speak to you about the sheath we found. Commander, allow me to say something. Erebeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war, it was agony. Drawn out over the decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapon and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and a vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived, and that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her finger. Kinda almost died a few times in the process. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anevia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what others could not. Well, they've really been talking me up this past few hours, haven't they? I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. So it turned out that the Queen has a head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. Wait, what? Turns out that the Queen has a head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. What? Who's that then? I don't... Is that her? Yeah, what about the scabbard? This scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly, to help someone dear to me. Anevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I'm reminded of an old samurai movie. Seppuku, I think. That was a good movie. Okay, it's more like a play, but anyway, somebody pawns off a sword in that one as well. Yeah, it kinda. Well, yeah. Anyway, no tangent. I hope to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Zenevia sick? Well, not anymore, I guess. I can see that you truly love her. It's foolish to part with your weapon in the middle of a war. You had the Order's coffers at your disposal. Is Zenevia sick? Say nothing. Is Zenevia sick or is she healed? Was she healed by the... You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. There we go. Okay, fine. Say nothing. Irabeth lovingly traces the name imprinted on the silver scabbard... In silver on the scabbard leather. My parents were loyal servants. Yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbards back. Thank you. Alright. So it turns out the Queen has a head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Zenevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcement. 7.5. I guess we don't have that money. Maybe then we'll have to make do with the force that we have. I have to go. I should says goodbye with a short bow. I should actually see a okay. I should speak to a merchant. Ahila, Wilser, blacksmith. There we go. Let's go to a blacksmith. Mysterious elf. Damn it, you again, soldier. What? Wilser Garms, a burly soldier with an impressive beard, greets you with a broad smile. Wilser Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? Show me what you have. I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself. But I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilson frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer. Wanted to know which tent she was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendav. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. The quartermaster eyes you in concern. She was some sort of spy then. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? Well, can you really already have an opinion right now? What are the duties? What are your duties in this camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mum? That's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. Wilson starts ticking off his fingers. That means food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. The horses have got to be fed and watered. The camp has got to be fortified by the evening and broken up in the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time and the wagon wheels don't squeak. And then there's the reports. God, until you ask, I never realized how many duties I actually had. Show me what you have. Bulk selling. Deal. We could get enough money together, I think. Flail of Light Burst. The thing is, we don't really have... pretty sure this one could go. Cold Iron Falchion. That does have a lot of damage. Why does it have so much... Oh, a Falchion is two-handed, I see. Cold Iron Long Spear. Yep, that can go. That one can go. That one can go. These can go. These can go. Okay, I have... Dark Glowing Scythe. It is a +2, but yeah, the Dark Horn. Cold Iron Short Spear. Decimation. "26 scimitars." There you go. Bow. Star Knife. Heavy Shield. That one can go. Masterwork Spite. Heavy Shield. I'll hold off on that one. That one can go. This one can go. We don't really need horse armor. Ooh, that's a lot of money. We might be able to pay for those reinforcements. Maybe we should. Or maybe we should buy some cool stuff. This is a two-handed great club. No. Painful Remorse. Heavy Shield. 4 armor class. Enhancement. Enhancement. When the wielder of this +2 heavy spiked shield uses it for a shield bash, it behaves like a vicious weapon, dealing an extra 2d6 points of damage to the opponent and 1d opponent. And 1d... Oh, so it also damages the wielder. Flowing Scales. This +2 scale mail gives the attacks against its wearer 10% chest. Huh. That one might be good for Camellia. It's pretty expensive though. A dagger +1, that might be good for Oljif. Let's see. 3 to 13. 2 to 7. Eight to 11. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any good rapiers? Rapier +1. I kind of need a longsword +1. Nah. Full plate +1. Ten. What? Oh, you also have +2.
Blade of Order. Oh, so there are one-handed scimitars. Black Dragon Fang. Acid damage. Corrosive. Yeah, but it's very expensive. Yeah. That is just way too rich. Cannot get those yet. Dawn of Life. This +3 tower shield weighs twice as much as a usual tower shield and limits its wielder's speed to 20 feet. Whenever the wielder receives a critical hit, they are healed for the amount of HP equal to the number of their hit dice. That one might be cool for Sela. Okay. Should we get... Let's get at least this. That'll be okay. 28. 7. Alright, you've half played +2. +1. Alright. Let's sell that one while we're at it. We might have to give this to Camellia, actually. Blacksmith? Oh, okay. Oh, do you have... let's see. Cold Iron Masterwork Rapier. Yeah. We might have to get that. 1 to 6 damage when equipped. I don't know if she would be better off dual wielding cold. So you just have kind of your regular stuff. Cold Iron Masterwork Heavy Shield. What's the use of Masterwork Spiked Heavy Shield? Cold Iron Masterwork has Spiked Heavy Shield. I guess we'll get that one as well. And that'll be it for now. Let's give you... There we go. Cold Iron Masterwork. Cold Iron Rapier. Ooh, looks cool. Masterwork. Cold Iron Masterwork. Ooh.
Follow my steps.
They are.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canaris, which
is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you and how could you possibly be of use to to my army? Come on. What are you painting? You wanted to discuss something with me, right? It was nice meeting you. What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shelyn. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
Social? How did she pronounce it again? Social? Social. I don't know. Touches the edge of the canvas gently, as if patting a friend's shoulder in consolation. I'm sorry for your loss. They fulfilled their duty honorably. This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow may bring. I hope you'll last longer than your brethren when the real battle begins. Say nothing. No, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
What made an artist enlist in the army? You wanted to discuss something with me, right? What made an artist enlist?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
Yeah, you wanted to discuss something with me, right? I was kind of thinking about his deity, if that is the same deity as the one Valerie in the first game used to be a part of, but then she kind of went away. She kind of... Because those were also all about art and being artsy and writing poetry and stuff like that. You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shelyn who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Let's head out.
Chapel? Altar of Torog, the father of creation, the dwarven god of craft and kin. Altar of Sarenrae, the healing light, the goddess of the sun, healing and redemption. Glowing croissant. Let's learn how to make those. Altar of Erestil, Old Deadeye, the god of hunting, farming, and a quiet pastoral life. Pastoral. Altar of Iomide, the light of the sword, the goddess of justice and valor, and the patron of the Crusades. This place is sanctified and can protect the area from the corruption of the abyss. So yeah, if we rest here, it will reset the corruption. Taking my own weapons to sell them. Let's talk to Hawkblade.
Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am WotR Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomide, the bringer of light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young court Darren Arenday.
Knowledge will check. Are you one of Prelate Halron's followers? The other's face freezes for a moment, but he nods.
Yes, of course.
What is your opinion on his atrocities? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. Where were you during the attack on Canabras?
I was on a hunt, a very successful one. But as often happens in life, this minor success was a mere harbinger of a larger failure. If I hadn't been so far away from Canabras on the day of the attack, I might have been able to help my comrades and prevent a number of deaths. What is your opinion on his atrocities? Hawkblade, the author, is silent for a while. Usually, people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious strangers. Still, I'd ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Halron's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow, yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Thank you. It's not an easy topic for me. I prefer not to discuss this again. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomide in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the Crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I am calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arenday's story? I refer to the tragedy of Heaven Edge Estate. Yeah, what was it again? Remind me. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Watchstone barrier and commit mass murder of all of the guests who attended the feast in celebration of young Darren's birthday. The unknown magical disease they had brought wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. That was not a unique case in itself. The demons had attempted such raids on Mendavian lands before, but they had never dared to target such a well-protected place. The Arenday family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. Moreover, the revered Nestrin, Darren's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomide of the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young count.
who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a divine miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, it was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I was among those who was sent to investigate. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the world wound, and yet, on that day, it turned into a labyrinthian house of horrors, like something only seen in nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabres for help? Even though the agony spanned many hours, we found the demons dead with the head cut off. When we got into the estate, how were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why had this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness to those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I am not sure which one of these led the demons to the gates of Heaven Hedge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid. The kind Crusaders face every day with that incident involved a significantly more powerful entity. And that is why I am asking for your help. We cannot be sure if such tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Let's see, you've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect me to find now? Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? Well, because it's sealed. Did you question Darren yourself? So you suspect Darren is hiding something, that he is to blame for the tragedy? What do you expect me to find? I was young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. The other makes a vague gesture pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you serve without involving me? Well, I already kind of explained. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. We saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selena. That was all he would tell me. The other pauses. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. You suspect he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicion so that it doesn't affect the investigation. Well, that's a smart thing to do. There is a saying amongst my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arendelle wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Hulrun himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense any awry with him. Yeah, what do you need me to do? I'll help. The other bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform me of my presence right away. I will join you. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. I will remain here for a while. Let's see. Right, we get those questions again. Okay, I have no more questions. I have to go. Alright, well, we'll check that out sometime. So how does this work? Okay, we don't get a cone, so I don't know if it's a... I thought it was maybe it was a like a straight line you could kind of shoot this ray in, but I guess it's just a targeted spell. Yeah, I'm gonna call the episode for now. I've had enough. My mouth is dry from all the talking. So yeah, we didn't do a whole lot actually. I leveled up my characters and I spoke to a few people. That's it. But yeah, that's how it goes. A while back, like a few episodes ago, I just had an episode where I didn't really talk to any characters. I just fought demons. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, thank you for watching and farewell for now.